So we are going to be doing an immune system upgrade. I'm Marlene Allen, and I'm happy to have you here with me today. I do have a chat box open. If you would like to add any information or a couple of words, a couple of comments there, feel free to do so. That would be okay. I may have an opportunity to glance over there once in a while, but I do have quite a bit of clearings and program here for us today, presentation. So I'm probably going to be spending most of my time just concentrating on this and completing the clearings, which I'm checking on right now for everybody, and we're doing good. Okay, so please get some water to sip on, and probably over the next 3 days is best too, because we will be growing a lot of new cells here. This is the objective, what we're working on, to regenerate all the different body parts, organs, and glands of the immune system. So we'll start with the slides and share the information that I have for you and get on with the clearings as well. So glad you're here. Thank you. I am Marlene Allen. I am a certified master quantum health activator and many more things. And I specialize in midlife makeovers that reverse the debilitating effects of accelerated aging. So we are looking at, first off, is letting go of what doesn't belong with love. And quantum activations, of course. So quantum energy, that's what we're going to be using today. It transcends time and space. So it is the healing and activation that happens in the past, the present, and in the future, which are all happening on the same continuum at the same time. So by tapping into this life force energy of the body and activating the intended beauty, love, and perfection of the optimally healthy human stem cell, and then using that to multiply into the surrounding cells of the organ or gland or body part to create a new growth of healthy cells that replace any sick or old compromised cells with an upgraded healthy version that your body can actually respond to. And that improves over days and weeks and even months, as different things can still continue to be happening and improvements and shifts and so forth. So what we're working on for the clearings is the ability to have a fully functioning, optimized immune system. And what that's including is several areas, okay? And we are including the liver in here, okay? So while it's not really part of the immune system, I feel it's so very critically important that it deserves to be in here. So the liver is number one, and then the thymus, which is the gland right here, responsible for the immune system, generating T cells and so forth. Bone marrow, spleen, tonsils, the lymph system, not only the lymph nodes and vessels, but the whole system, adenoids, and then mucous membranes. And I'm asking for the intention here to include being free of inflammation, any autoimmune disorders, any infections here, non-beneficial, bacterias, that kind of thing, viruses. We're also including cancer, autoimmune response, digestive issues, in all the different types of issues that could arise with immune, like could be allergies, asthmas, getting frequent colds or flus. It could be eczemas, psoriasis. Those are the types of things from the liver. Usually type 1 diabetes, rheumatoid arthritis, any of the autoimmune type responses, inflammatory bowel, lupus, multiple sclerosis, thyroid disorders, and programs and dark energies, to wind out the list. Why not, right? The clearing also for autoimmune, we're going to be adding this in here, is to be able to feel your feelings, to be confident and strong in all your daily choices and the future, and to love yourself fully, knowing that things that you want for yourself are there for you, letting go of feeling helpless, grief, fear of change, also inflammation, and that autoimmune response. So we've added that into the clearings. And let's check here. Yeah, that is part of it. Anything else? Yeah. So that's okay. So that's good. And also, we're going to be doing anything related to the prep work for clearings, which would be the energy body. Your energy body, your chakras, you have several chakras. So we're working in there to make sure that your chakras are clean and clear. And also the aura, you have 7 layers to your aura. And it's only the one that's the furthest out, the 7th layer, that people actually feel. Like if you walk into a room, that's what they're feeling, is that 7th layer. But the first one is closest to your body. So all of that, we're working in the layers of the aura. We're also restoring life force energy. We need that up to 100%. And the several different areas here, deprogramming anything that would keep you in a disease. Okay, so there could be thoughts about, well, and this could be just subconscious things that, you know, while I'm in this illness or disease, whatever happens to be, there's a benefit to it, right? So it could be, well, I'm getting more attention from the family, for an example. So those are the things that I've been looking at too, and letting those go. So using quantum activations, we're going to clear the blocks, any energies that have caused your immune system to function poorly. We are also going to be working in the DNA for programs around autoimmunity and all immune system illnesses, or what would cause your organs or glands in the immune system to be compromised in the first place. So the dark energies, anything around that, all the different areas of the immune, and clearing out any low vibration emotions, for example, for giving up or feeling everything is out of your control, or no use trying anymore, or that you're not enough. Those are underlying causes for issues in the immune system. So once your energy field then is clear, then we're going to go on to experience the cell regeneration using your own stem cells activated by the quantum field. And then we're going to match that to all the cells in that one gland or organ or body part. And so that we can grow a healthy immune system over the course of a few days or weeks. And we'll find out exactly how long that will be. So actually today, or anytime that you're accessing the recording, you can actually participate in this too, and imagine that you're healing yourself, and any ailments that you may have, just see them like melting away and just disappearing. And this is also going to help you to open your mind to the possibility of being healed, and it can lead to faster results for you. Now, there are some people who have chronic conditions or an active infection or something, acute problem going on. Sometimes they cannot imagine their life without their condition, and that could actually slow healing once they allow these old thought patterns around it to continue. So people can get attached to their negative experience that they've had in the past. And maybe not a physical, they're not attached to the physical symptom, but it comes with it, right? So sometimes they get caught up in the patterns of negativity, and they get in the way of our higher intentions. So do yourself a favor then and book a session with me. There's will be a link in the replay sent out today, and then we can find and clear the root of your particular issue and clear that for you personally. So although when you registered, I have read you, and that's what the clearings are based on, there can still be things on your timeline, for example, past lives, areas where we can go much deeper to reveal when we're in a one-on-one situation. So perhaps maybe there was another time where you experienced maybe horrible grief, where you had no power or authority, or burdens that you carried. These are the types of things that can come up for completion then. So let's continue with the clearings for a little bit, and then we'll go on to describe the areas of the immune system. And so let's see here where we are right now. I want to make sure that we're close. Okay, we're in the 90% area here, so this is good. So I'm going to continue with this as we go here. So we've got a little bit of time, and okay, very good. All right, just taking notes here so that I can check to see how clear we are, and what areas still need to a little bit more work. So that's what I'm going to be concentrating on here as I'm going through the presentation with you. So Very good. So chakras, we want to understand the association between our chakras, and actually they correspond to a gland in the body. Each chakra of the seven corresponds to a endocrine system gland. So the thymus here is the gland that is responsible for immune system. We're going to be working in here, and that is part of the heart chakra area. So now let's just look at this though, because we want to understand where things begin. So everything begins with your consciousness, right? So that's everything that happens in your life, and everything that happens in your body begins with something happening in your consciousness. So this is who you really are. It's energy, and this energy fills your entire body, and this consciousness is connected to every cell in your body. And so through this consciousness, you can communicate with every cell in your body, with every organ and every tissue. And this is what I do actually with quantum entanglement. It's what it's called, to create a desirable result for you. So the direction of manifestation is from your consciousness. So whatever you're thinking about, thoughts, beliefs, things that may not even be your own. And then through your energy field, which are the chakras, the aura and so forth, and then into the physical. So a change of consciousness creates a change in the energy field, and that change in the energy field will happen before any change in the physical body. So things physically didn't just happen yesterday or today, right? They've taken a long time to get to where it's at. So, so going through what we're doing today is, even though it's going to take a few, several days or, some weeks to get all the cells upgraded to where in the body from the regenerative process that we're going to do, that's still faster than the many years that it took to get to where we're maybe at today, right? So this is still going to be a quick method for us, but in the physical, it happens in 3D time. So we mentioned the life force already. That's the upgrade. An energetic upgrade to the life force is the real secret behind everything, because without that energy ball inside of us fueling our flame, then we would just peter out in age. So this is really the secret of longevity. And so that life force, it's the energy feeding the body, the physical body. So you maybe heard of qi or prana in Chinese. So also your frequency of vibration is critical, and this is to your health, well-being, physically, emotionally, mentally, all areas of your body. And your frequency of vibration will go up today just due to the fact that we are working in the cells. Anytime that we're going to be removing darkness and density, anything that doesn't belong from the cells, then we can move up in frequency because we're going to be lighter. The cells are lighter and brighter and healthier, right? So once we let go of stuff that doesn't belong in there, then they just naturally, you will increase your frequency of vibration. So you can see on the chart here, anything of a lower emotional vibration is going to be in that suffering and getting by in the bottom areas there. So that contraction, things always happen to me. Why is it always so hard, right? But once we get out of that and let go of some of this negativity and the density in the cells, then we can go up into the area, that love or above, in that flow. We get in this flow state, more things actually start coming to us, for us. So whatever it is, it's like the law of attraction working for us that way, and things just get easier. And that's where health is. So health physically, mentally, emotionally, everywhere. That's where we want to go. So we did have healthy cells when we were babies. We experienced joy and happiness more often. So what went wrong? Why are people losing the natural functioning of their organs and glands? Well, several things, but we can start with a short list of environmental pollutions: contaminated water, air, pharmaceuticals, household cleaners, and personal health and beauty products. You can get organic versions of these, and I absolutely recommend them. The stuff at the grocery store is chemicals. They are going to, or they cause a lot more problems than what we think we're going to clean the counter with some chemical. But really, if you put a piece of bread on that counter later, you could be eating some toxin or, chemical that really shouldn't be in the body. So definitely would recommend that you check out some natural cleaners. You know, even for the house, you can use baking soda, salt, lemon. There's, you know, all kinds of different natural products that my mother used to use, really, and probably did a lot better job in some cases. And then also for makeup, there's organic makeups and preparation, whatever you put on your skin. It's the largest organ of your body is your skin, and it just sucks everything right in. So you can actually do have on my resources tab on my website a couple of different places that have some great products for that. Genetically modified food, GMOs, genetically modified food like products. So, you know, that's just a lot of things can happen. You can do your research on that. Try to eat as organic or healthy and whole as possible. Also, lack of movement, breath, or not being in touch with nature. And watching TV, there's a lot of things going on right now that are, you know, broadcast television is broadcasting the frequency of fear. So as we noticed on that chart, fear is way down in the frequency. So if we're bringing our vibration down every time we're watching television, or we're getting all caught up in this drama that, you know, nothing seems to ever be okay on TV, right? Everything like, panic, everything's going wrong. That's not true, okay? It's not true. And it is actually, I don't know, you know, I want to say that they're intending to bring people's frequencies down. However, I wonder, right? Because that sells, and you know, it actually can sell you know, pills and medications and all kinds of things when people have issues, right? Because of their low vibration. So yeah, that, you know, a lot of that, just disconnect or just look at it like, wow, isn't this interesting? Okay, I'm above it, not of it. Okay. And then there's low vibrations we already talked about, anger and so forth, that will bring you down. Jealousy actually is so low, it's not even on the chart. Using tablets, mobile phones, electronics, video games for kids, stuff is in them. Okay. Virtual or artificial intelligence. We are not machines. No, just say no. Reliance mainly on our brain instead of on the heart. So we are working in this heart chakra area with the thymus today. And so we can be cognizant of the fact that we maybe are always up in our head thinking about everything instead of, well, how am I feeling? How am I feeling? And it's coming from the heart. And then obviously belief systems, anything that we're believing in can certainly compromise a lot of different areas. So immune system problems, if we would like to listen to the problems or read the problems and see how your body responds, or see if you can get an answer, maybe your higher self will give you some clues here. So something maybe here you resonate with, take some notes. So the questions are, you can ask yourself, what will it take to finally release any deep grief and despair? And what benefits have I placed on running on empty all the time? And what will it take to remember my own power and authority? What will it take to equalize the giving and receiving in my life? What part of me will need to change in order for things to get better? Whose energy do I carry that is not mine to carry? What nutrition does my body need that is presently not receiving? And whose burdens do I carry to prove that I love them? And what will it take to help them deal with their life rather than attempt to take over their responsibility to create their own life through challenges and mistakes? So we can say this affirmation together. I know how to fill myself up from the inside. I am doing what it takes to bring my entire being into balance. And I generously give and receive graciously. I recognize my inner wisdom and power to change my life and circumstances. And thank you to Wendy Jensen for coming up with these wonderful questions. So how the immune system works. Well, it's time to put to rest the notion that germs just jump into people and cause diseases. What matters is not the virus, but the internal health of the body. So stress is estimated really to be a primary factor in over 95% of all disease conditions, and especially responsible for increased susceptibility to colds, flus, infections, and illness and disease. So when you're experiencing stress, your body's really releasing hormones that cause, like for example, the thymus gland to shrink. And since the thymus gland helps to maintain a strong immune system, as it shrinks, your immunity is lessened, thus increasing your risk of infections. So among the most common causes of stress are anger, anxiety, depression, divorce, death of a loved one, fear of job loss or a new job, moving to a new location, a nervousness, and just really driving anything nowadays, we are on constantly. Okay, and that cortisol is continuously pumping. If you haven't been in the adrenals live stream, we'll go into way into depth about stress, okay, and how we can relieve the stress in the body and then regenerate the adrenals. So also sleep. If we don't get enough sleep, that's a source of stress too. And, you know, if you don't get enough sleep, then your body's natural killer cells, the NK cells, of real vital part of our immunity, they can be impaired, and making it easier for viruses or pathogens to attack or destroy the body or the cells. So we know that when the body's out of balance, then energy doesn't flow, leading to blockages and then eventually disease. And we know this with all the different chakras, and the different areas of the body that they control or have balance around. So if we're out of balance in a certain area, then that's an area that can actually become physically compromised over time. So then our immune system is essential for our survival. So without it, our bodies would just be open to attack from any kind of infections. And the body, is a complex network of cells and tissues, and it's constantly looking for, invaders or enemies. And once they're spotted, then attack actually begins at that point. So the immune system is spread out throughout the whole body, involves many types of cells, organs, proteins, and tissues, and it can distinguish our tissue from foreign tissue. That's self from non-self. So even when you hear the term, autoimmune disease, hey, your body's attacking yourself, it doesn't know, self from non-self, that is not true. It definitely distinguishes self from non-self from tissues, and is doing its job. And so any type of, I'm not saying you don't have that immune system response and like rheumatoid arthritis, etc. Not saying you don't have that. It's just that the body is working. It's not attacking you. It's attacking virus and infections. Okay, so that hence the inflammation and so forth. So, and then dead cells, faulty cells can also be recognized and cleared away by the immune system too. So then let's look at the parts of the immune. We have all the different areas that we're going to be covering today: mucous membranes in the nose and throat, tonsils, lymph nodes, thymus, spleen. There's mucous membranes in the bladder, also in the genitals and bone, and then bone marrow. We're going to look at too. We're also going to go into adenoids and tonsils, if I haven't mentioned it, but we're covering all of these areas. And so digestion also is very important, to our immunity, but we do have a digestive system program that will go into much more coverage than we could actually do here. So, and also the skin is a separate program as well too, although skin is definitely part of the immune, and it's more of an elimination. We have an elimination system program that does cover the colon and the skin, and also is the kidneys and the bladder too. And yeah, so there's and the lungs obviously too for elimination. Yeah, so we're covering many areas here, but it's suggested that you could do the elimination organs as well, and make sure that those are optimized too. So the lymphoid organs, we have white blood cells, and they're also called leukocytes, and they circulate in the body and in the blood vessels and the lymph vessels. So they actually parallel the veins and the arteries. And the white blood cells are on constant patrol, looking out for pathogens and so forth. And then when they spot a target, they can begin to multiply and send signals out to other cell types to do the same. So we're also working in white blood cells too. So, they're stored in many places in the body, and they are referred to the lymphoid organs. And they include the thymus, the spleen, bone marrow, and the lymph nodes. So lymph manages actually to isolate and eliminates infection and cellular waste. And the immunity, it's made up of organs that control the production of certain defense cells, the lymphocytes, actually. So everyone's immune system is different. It becomes stronger during adulthood because by that time we've been exposed to a lot of different things and have developed some immunities to them. So there are 3 types of immunities. We have the innate immunity, and that is, we've all been born with some type of immunity to invaders. And similar to many animals that, will attack foreign invaders from day one, right? And then we have adaptive or acquired immunity. And this is what we, pick up along the way as we're exposed to different things. So we also have passive immunity. This is what we borrowed from another person or source. It doesn't last indefinitely, though. It's like a baby's getting the antibodies from the mother through the placenta before birth. So it does protect the baby from infections during the early years of their life. Now, immune system disorders, there's several, because it's really a complex system, there's a lot of ways that things can go wrong. So you have immunodeficiencies that can be caused as you age, obviously, because different things have gone on in your life by a certain number of years, but also obesity and alcohol, malnutrition in some areas, it can cause those AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency and that kind of thing. So there's also autoimmunity, and when that's when they say that the immune system mistakenly targets healthy cells rather than foreign pathogens, the self from non-self. However, we just went over that is not exactly the truth. Your body is not attacking your body. Never, never. It's attacking other stuff. Okay, so if there's inflammation going on, the rheumatoid and so forth, that's because there's infections to fight off and kill. Hypersensitivity is, when the system overacts. And so there are some symptoms to an immune problems. Okay, there's at least 80 different illnesses that can be caused by immune system problems, and they can all cause inflammation. So keep in mind that these possible clues can happen for many other reasons too. So figure out what's going on with your health, and there could be other things too. So cold hands is one thing. If your blood vessels are inflamed, it's harder for your fingers or toes and so forth to keep warm. And, once the blood flow returns, the skin may then turn red. You've got a diagnosis of Raynaud's phenomenon that can happen here, and where immune system problems can cause it, but so can other things, okay, like smoking or prescription drugs and that sort of thing. So it affects your arteries there. Bathroom problems, diarrhea that lasts more than 2 to 4 weeks can be a warning sign that the immune system is harming the lining of your small intestine or digestive tract. So constipation is also a concern. If your bowel movements are hard to pass or firm, then your immune system may be forcing your intestine to slow down. And possible causes there could be virus, bacteria, other health issues. Dry eyes, it could mean that your immune system, if you're feeling like a little grittiness and so forth, it could be, you could notice pain, redness, blurry vision, and so forth. So some people find that they can't even cry when they're upset. That can be a symptom. Fatigue, feeling extremely tired. Something's going on with your body's defenses. Well, it usually means that your body's defenses are fighting something, and so they are not allowing the mitochondria or the ATP production in the mitochondria in your cells to produce that energy for giving your body energy. It's actually fighting something going on. So that's where the fatigue comes in. Mild fever, if you have a higher temperature than normal, could be that your immune system is starting to overwork. It's fighting things, right? So oncoming infections and so forth. Headaches could be related here. Could be inflammation of a blood vessel caused maybe by an infection. A rash, it's your body's, the skin is your first defense against germs, and how it looks and feels really does reflect the health of your immune system and how it's, doing what it needs to do. So the itchy, dry, red skin is a symptom of inflammation. So if a rash is painful or if it doesn't heal or clear up, people can often get lupus. They have like a butterfly shaped rash across their nose and cheeks. And that's considered an autoimmune. And joints may ache. When the lining inside the joints become inflamed, that area around is tender, could be stiff or swollen. And patchy hair loss, sometimes the immune system, it says attacks hair follicles. However, again, let's just kind of get to reality. I think it's not exactly attacking your hair follicles. It's attacking infections and pathogens and all this thing that don't belong in the the way that it does that. It can have an impact on losing hair on the head, on the face, other parts of the body. Alopecia is what it's called, or strands or clumps of hair coming out. Can also be a symptom of lupus too. Now, repeated infections, if you get different, maybe candida, fungus, parasites, yeast, that kind of stuff, you can, use some organic yogurts, probiotics, fermented foods, and eliminating sugar is also a wonderful way to help with that. But healthy gut bacteria and probiotics are a great way to heal like a leaky gut and infections. And in that, we do a digestive system program for that too. So it goes way more into in depth about it. And, taking antibiotics more than a couple times a year, or anytime, actually taking of antibiotics actually kills the healthy, the gut biome. So you're going to want to repopulate that with healthy probiotics and so forth. So, and sensitivity to the sun. Many people sometimes have an allergic reaction to UV rays. Photodermatitis, or you could get chills or a headache, nausea, tingling or numbness in the hands or feet. The nerves, that's nerves. So usually could be that there's a virus in the nervous system. It sends signals there to the muscles. Trouble swallowing. I've known somebody with this issue too. If you have a tough time getting your food down, it could be swollen or too weak to work well. So some people feel like food is stuck in their throat or chest, and other people gag or choke. So this could be a problem with the immune system. Unexplained weight changes. If you're not changing your diet or workouts, and for no possible reason, this could also be damage to the thyroid gland from a virus usually. Now, white patches on the skin, I've seen this in people too, called melanocytes, and that's the immune system response. Yellowing of your skin or eyes, called jaundice, means that your immune system is attacking and destroying cells, usually viral cells, and they live in the liver. So that could also be hepatitis going on there. Now, simple and natural ways to boost your immune system. I'm going to kind of go through these a little bit faster. There is a guidebook that is a PDF that was sent out, and I'll make sure that you do get it if you haven't received it yet. But these are things that you can actually do yourself to boost your immune system. So you can get enough sleep, number one, and manage your stress, okay? Because with sleep deprivation and stress, that's that hormone cortisol produced by the adrenals, and it suppresses the immune function over time. Avoiding tobacco smoke, that's a no-brainer, right? Drink less alcohol. It does impair the immune system. Vulnerability to lung infections. Consider probiotics. They reduce the incidence of respiratory and gastrointestinal infections. Catching some sun, the vitamin D production. In the summer, you can just go outside maybe 10, 15 minutes without the sunscreen on. All right, and I don't know what temperature it is outside for you, but, get out there and soak up that vitamin D. Really, really good for upper respiratory infections. Using essential oils. Yes, I love my essential oils. They pass the blood-brain barrier. Not many things do that, but they can pass the blood-brain barrier. And, there's antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal, anti-inflammatory. A lot of the oils are absolutely beneficial in those ways. Now, immune system and your nutrition, you know, the nutrients commonly found in like orange foods are associated with immune support. So you can see, you know, oranges, different fruits and vegetables, and you want to get your vitamin C, B, D, E, selenium, and zinc are really good. And so eating plenty of veggies, fruits, nuts, seeds will give you what your immune system needs. Medicinal mushrooms, they can actually enhance an immune function in women with breast cancer actually too. So that's a good one. Camu camu, one of the highest levels of vitamin C. It's antioxidant, antibacterial, antiviral. Carrots for that beta carotene, vitamin A. It turns it into vitamin A to protect against infection. Also good for vision, bone, and skin health. Oranges, we already mentioned. They also contain potassium, which is great. Orange bell peppers for their carotenoids, and specifically alpha carotene, beta carotene, lutein for heart vision support and infection protection. Red lentils, we have this vitamin B6, zinc. That's actually to manufacture the white blood cells, which is what we're going to be working in today for immune response. And sweet potatoes for their beta carotene and vitamin A to fight oxidative stress. And Brazil nuts for their selenium. Yeah, just one actually for a whole daily requirement for selenium. Cauliflower antioxidants, including glutathione, which fights bacteria and protects against infections. So actually our body produces glutathione. Let's see where it's at right now. We're going to bump this up as we're going here, and I'm going to check where we're at with the clearing too, as we're pretty much getting to where we want to be. So let's see like a gauge. All right, so if you have a fuel gauge in your car, you have the empty and then you have the full. So let's see glutathione right now, and where you're going to bring the glutathione up from empty. And let's check where everyone's at right now. We're kind of right about here. So let's get this now up to full. We want to see the glutathione. Let's get this up to 90, 95. Nine. And 100. Okay, wonderful. All right, so check where our main clearing is at. About 97%. Very good. Getting close. And I'll come back here and continue with those clearings as well. So we've got the glutathione now reset. Yes, go for the garlic. Antibacterial, antiviral, effective remedy for infections. And onions. I love garlic and onions. They have prebiotics, and they feed the good bacteria in the gut for good digestion. Now, ginger is wonderful. It suppresses compounds that signal the inflammatory response. Golden beets for the betalains. Betalains are both antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. Pineapple, I love pineapple. Did you know it takes like 1.5 years to make one pineapple? It's incredible. They contain the enzyme bromelain to reduce inflammation from arthritis, tendonitis, sprains, etc. Rainier cherries from Washington State. The polyphenolic compounds reduce inflammation and oxidation in the body. Saffron, antioxidant, scavenging properties, fight against inflammatory cytokine proteins and other free radicals. Turmeric, oh, so wonderful for the body. Curcumin is, inflammatory foods. So it's the curcumin, yes, curcumin that is in the turmeric that reduces levels of 2 enzymes in the body that cause inflammation and soothes arthritis symptoms. Olive oil, Yeah. Yep. Essential Young Living essential oils. That's what this is. There's all kinds of other brands. A friend of mine, actually, she's a friend. She's a naturopathic, and she actually blends her own oils, therapeutic grade. So you want to get the therapeutic grade oils. I should have mentioned that too when I was back there. Not so much from the grocery store or the drugstore. Those usually are not the organic therapeutic grade. You want to get a uh, good brand. Ask me if you want to know more about that. But olive oil contains a powerful antioxidant and vitamin E for the release of some enzymes that can cause pain. Yellow chili peppers contain a capsaicin that reduces pain and inflammation. Flaxseed oil, wonderful omega-3 fatty acids for pro-inflammatory compounds in the blood that reduce. Use the powdered form only there though. Make sure they're ground really good. Kiwi, it has inflammation reducing properties. Very good for protein. They're ingesting enzyme to help the body fight inflammation. A lot of vitamin C in those too. A yogurt has immune system benefits. Yep, a lot of it. Seaweed nourishes the immune. Wonderful. Seaweed is really wonderful. So I would check that out. Try some immune supportive herbs. Instead of using NSAIDs, aspirin, ibuprofen, that kind of thing, use herbs. They don't cause internal bleeding. They do reduce inflammation and pain, whereas cortisone, steroids, yeah, they reduce swelling and pain, but they also suppress and damage, they can certainly damage the immune system. So instead of steroids, try steroid-rich herbs. And they don't promote osteoporosis and suppress the immune system, but they do relieve swelling and pain. So you can try things like wild yam, black cohosh, sarsaparilla, panax, ginseng. And if you get recurrent infections, you could try immune supportive herbs like alethro, Asian ginseng, or that panax ginseng, or American ginseng, or astragalus is good too. You can make an echinacea tincture. It's great for respiratory viruses that overwhelm your defenses. Red clover infusion and lentils actually fight cancer due to large amounts of phytoestrogen, which prevent cancer cells from utilizing the cancer stimulating estrogens in your body. So if you take hormones especially, yeah, you want to repair for damaged DNA, stopping cancer before it starts, and they improve the mineral balance in the body and strengthens the immune system. So this is absolutely wonderful for the immune. Stinging nettle is supportive sleeping system. Okay, supports the sleeping system activist cancer. So also great for balancing estrogen and progesterone, and almost anyone here in midlife really can benefit from stinging nettle. And golden seal is wonderful for an immune stimulant and fights infections. Also the positive ions there suppress the immune system. So, or not with golden seal, but positive ions, like from the electric clothes dryer, they can pump out just a large amount of negative ions. And the clothes that you wear can be charged with these and have negative effects on your emotions and physiology. Another thing is swimming pools with chlorine, the chlorine that suppresses immune. But a rebounder, like a little mini tramp, stimulates the immune system and the lymph system and cleans toxins out of the cells. Also, the sun is good for you. It strengthens the immune system, alkalizes the body, and reduces depression. So a compromised immune, it can be by stress, poor nutrition choices, alcohol, drugs, including prescriptions, antibiotics, caffeine, or sugar. With all that, an infection is easier to take hold in the body. So you can ask yourself, am I doing everything I can to keep my life balanced? Am I eating well? Am I getting some exercise, taking some vitamins, spending time with loved ones and helping others? Am I living a life of moderation and balance? Am I drinking too much alcohol or too many sodas? Can I give up that second or maybe third cup of coffee? And do I really need that donut for breakfast? Am I avoiding toxin either indoors and outdoors? Am I eating plenty of fruits and vegetables? Do I need to spend more time taking care of myself instead of worrying about the health of my loved ones? Could I reduce the stress in my life? Would I feel better if I had a heart-to-heart talk with my husband, for example? And for moderate symptoms that have been bothering you for a while, check your lifestyle first. Yeah. Now we are doing a clearing for autoimmune response. And this is going to be, do you know that autoimmune is like laughing on the outside, but crying on the inside? It's like feeling totally helpless or hopeless. You've given up. It's like given up thing. So that's really what it is. So arthritis or rheumatoid arthritis, it feels like you could feel like you're totally helpless to, or an inability to really change your life or the burdens that you have. If you have Addison's disease, it's considered anger at yourself, no mercy, unable to understand your own emotions, and like no sense of self. Lupus is a real deep grief. So we are going for the ability to feel your feelings, to feel strong and confident in all your daily choices and in your future, to love yourself fully, knowing that the things you want for yourself are there for you, and letting go of feeling helpless and grief, fear of change. And so where are we with that? It's right here. Yep, there it is. All right. About 94% clear. And the things that I'm clearing are the causes for what we're trying to clear, right? So it could be, dark energies. It can be things that are on a pattern, a cycle, maybe we're just stuck in this pattern, and we can clear that. There's a lot of things on like bloodline, things in your bloodline, things in your DNA, things that are in perception that you may be thinking about yourself or your condition. Could be a lot of low vibration type emotions, right? So anger, frustration, hopelessness. Hopelessness is a big one, and it's really low vibration. So these are the things that I'm clearing when I say that I'm doing the clearings here. All the blocks that could be blocking this stuff. So that's what we're going after. And so let's start now with the liver. Yay! The liver, it's your best friend. It's the reason you're still alive. Absolutely is. It always has your back, always will, as long as you take care of it. So if you, you could make a difference in this world, and but you need to be able to function. So how is this going to happen if you're limited by fatigue or brain fog, weight gain, high blood pressure, all that? So once you've experienced these symptoms, the liver has already become compromised. Once you start having all kinds of different symptoms, and it's actually a call for help. So the liver is the first response. When we eat something wrong, we don't get enough sleep, it just takes on everything. It's a workhorse. It keeps you balanced, and it won't ever, ever, ever give up on you. Okay, even when it's in the deepest, darkest depths, it takes a lot to get liver cirrhosis and die, from it. Okay, the liver, but people do, right? And all kinds of reasons why. But like when you're hot, the liver kicks in and takes on heat to cool you, takes on that heat. And then when your energy, you need energy to complete a task or a job or something, the liver will release its stores of glucose to get you through. And if you smoke, the liver absorbs the chemicals and protects you from getting them into the bloodstream. If you eat more, fried foods or meat, for example, your liver is going to break down the trans fats to protect you. Actually, the immune system is going to put everything on hold. Hold. We've got animal proteins here. We have fat. We need to go deal with that. And then you don't have the energy going on anymore because you've got to get that fat processed. So that's another reason maybe looking into not eating animal meats. There's many, many proteins in vegetables. You don't need meat, actually. So don't go by my word. I'm just telling you what I've researched. So do your own research. But another thing your liver is if you're frightened or scared walking down a street maybe, the liver is going to release stored adrenaline, and that's the adrenals, to give you the strength to be able to save yourself. So really your liver is all over the place, helping you out with almost everything. And we don't even know it or appreciate it. But now these are questions, if you're having issues with your liver, you can ask these questions. So what will it take to bring more balance into my life? What would it take to have the courage to stand up to the monster I do not want to see? And what lie do I keep feeding myself that is keeping me stuck running in circles? How will it take to be more truthful about myself and the poor outcomes I could be creating? And what will it take to get the assistance I need to put my goals into action? What will it take to finally be free of the regret from past choices? What would my life look like if I knew I had total authority and support to create what I want? What is required for me to completely detach from my past perceptions about myself and how my life has unfolded so I can create everything anew? What will it take to totally pardon all the people I have held hostage for their infractions and infringements toward me? What will it take for me to be more truthful about what is required to have the success I desire? Now, this affirmation we can all say together if you'd like. I am impeccably truthful with myself as I go about creating the life I desire. I am free of all the people, choices, and experiences that have held me back in the past. So yes, we are on the way to liver health. So looking at the liver, this is the biggest part of today's clearing. We're going to work in the liver first. It's the largest abdominal organ in the body. So it's mainly on the right side below the diaphragm. It can weigh about 3 pounds in an adult. And there's 2 lobes, right and left. The right one is larger. Now the liver is a processing center for everything that enters the body. So processing fat is one of its main jobs, while also protecting the pancreas. So when your liver is healthy, you are happier. Yep. So the lobes of the liver are a series of functional units called lobules, and there's blood passes through, the worn out white and red blood cells, and bacteria and toxic substances, are processed through there, and they break down red blood cells, and that creates iron, globin, and bilirubin. Bilirubin. Okay, so that's not my specialty of pronouncing the biology. Okay, so some of the bilirubin is excreted in the bile and gives the feces its characteristic brown color, actually, and the liver receives oxygenated blood from the hepatic artery. Yep. So lipid or fat metabolism. So liver cells perform several important roles concerning fat lipids. So they break down the fatty acids and synthesize lipoproteins, and they store certain triglycerides, and then they synthesize cholesterol. So whenever you eat fat, the liver releases bile to break it down, delivers the fat to your body as an energy source. But different amounts and types are needed for the different foods and the percentage of fat that you eat in your diet. So, if this continues long term, it actually starts weakening the liver and can be compromised by toxins and so forth. So, if you have a lower percentage of mainly healthy fats that you're consuming, you can have nuts, avocados, coconut oil, olives. That's the preferred mode of fats. You'll still be able to produce that good bile and process your meal on its own. So if your meal is fried foods, corn oil, saturated fats, bacon, etc., then a super all-out effort is made to produce a lot of bile to keep your body safe so the blood doesn't get too thick, the blood. So ketogenic, high protein, high fat diets are in this category. All right, I know that they might be popular, but you're starving your body of the glucose by mostly using fats as the calorie source. Your liver works overtime to keep fats from getting to the heart and the pancreas to prevent heart attacks and diabetes. And your bile reserves get scarce, and over time, you lose your calcium reserves along with other minerals. So then there's the secretion of bile and bile salts. And they are produced by the liver. So weight gain This all-out bile production can cause weight gain and other health complications over time. The healthy fats are one thing and much better. Of course, it really doesn't matter to the liver because it has to process it either way, but the more times it processes fats, the more bile is produced and it just becomes overburdened. And this keeps the liver from doing other things while constantly in cleanup mode for you. So the liver does all of this for you just to save your life. And so while a lot of fats can come from the modern diet, the liver just can't process it all effectively, and some of it seeps into the lymph system, and this is when the immune system weakens and the white killer cells, they can't battle the viruses, infections, and toxins as well as needed inside the lymph system. So the liver can also monitor your oxygen levels in your bloodstream. And this is why, it produces all that bile for you, is to break down the fats and thin the blood, because high fats mean less oxygen, which feed your brain and heart. So without oxygen, these organs will work much harder. Of course, not at all if you don't have any oxygen. So the major reason that your liver does all this over time is to protect your pancreas, so it can produce insulin to regulate your blood sugar. And the more fat hanging out in your bloodstream, your organs, your digestive tract, your lymph fluid, the more insulin is required to pump the sugar through and around the fat saturation so that it can enter cells so the body can function. And when enough fat is in the bloodstream, the nervous system starves since it runs on sugar, and this glucose can't find its way past the fat and gets to the nerves. And the same goes for your muscles, the organs, and insulin resistance starts. So even if you cut carbs, if there's fat in the bloodstream, the same amount of insulin will be produced. And so it's not really the carbs at fault, even though you may think so because you get a carb craving, but that's just our indication of high fat in the blood. So if you lowered your fat intake and ate sweet potatoes, squash, pumpkins, berries, for example, other fruits, then your insulin resistance would reduce and blood sugar would be more balanced and the pancreas would be in better shape without pumping out all that extra insulin. So really, it's not the carbs, it is the fats. Do some research on that, you'll find that. So when your liver doesn't have to spend so much time protecting the pancreas from too much fat, then it can free up vitality and you'll be off doing other functions that it's responsible for, which is looking out for you, which is the number one. So give your liver what it needs, what it wants. It's less fat, and it will make sure that you look better and feel better, and keeping its reserves for when you really need it. And you could possibly really need it at times. Glucose storage, the liver stores sugar to keep you alive. So when you're running around, you haven't eaten for a while, a healthy liver will take up the slack and surge its store of glucose to save you from a pancreas and an adrenal crash. So when the brain or thyroid tells it that they need something, bang, it's released. And on its way through the blood vessels close to the surface to zip over the precious materials required. And so we require glucose to function. That lightheaded, jittery feeling when we get, when it dips, it's impossible to concentrate or get anything done. People get irritable and they just have to have something right away. So those drops could happen all the time if not for your liver. And if they're not in top shape, the adrenals pump out adrenaline and cortisol to imposter for the glucose that's not there. And then hence we have compromised adrenal glands. Yes, and we have a program, we just did that. So the adrenal gland program will do the regeneration for those glands. And then by midlife, these days in the hormones they produce that cause more stress and inflammation, less hormones for ladies, especially in midlife. So that's not good. Now, so skip processed sugars. Sugar doesn't turn into fat, right? Most people eat fat with sugar. So that's like the fried donuts, the French fries example. They put sugar on the fries. So it's that deep fried fat with sugar. That's what is the problem. Yep, and the high fructose corn syrup, skip that as well as table sugar. So it's not really doing you any good. And the liver is the heater. It helps you stay warm, by doing many jobs and warming you up. But the roadblocks of fat and toxins, again, can plug up the route, so causing it to work harder and gets hotter. So the key there is glucose because it cools the liver. So all the work that goes on there requires fuel, and that's glucose. So it's not enough. If you don't have enough, it will scout around somewhere else in the body and causing a shortage there. And the liver then never gets restored. So, and that's hence, of course, the compromised numbers that I see every day in almost everybody that I work with. Yep, so we haven't even been given correct information on what to eat properly to nourish our liver. And then there's storage of vitamins and minerals. So that's where the liver will store several of these chemicals and releases them when they're needed somewhere in the body. So you're finding out what vitamins and minerals you're deficient in. That's a report card of your liver. So if your reserve is without reserves, then we have a compromise in the liver. So, and elsewhere in the body, obviously, to get those nutrients that it needs. So the liver has stored these nutrients and that the stomach and the intestines have converted during digestion into a usable form. So this transformation takes place. So it encapsulates the nutrients into a special bubble, really, that protects from toxins on their journey, or the increase of travel time from fat in the bloodstream on their way to an organ in the form that they can actually use. So it's a really amazing process. The liver takes over the job the intestine can't fulfill sometimes when it's overloaded. And, you know, we don't even know for quite a while when you experience bloating or gas or yeast and so forth, that it's become sluggish and weakened, that the digestive problems show themselves then. So the liver has been doing a lot up until that point, and when it's totally overwhelmed, that's when you're going to get the digestive problems too showing up. And so with too many toxins stored deep in the liver, they start leaking into the body and weakening, like that digestive tract, for example. And that increases its need to be the backup, but it goes on in this bad cycle. So the activation of vitamin D, the liver is one of the parts of the body that participates in a form of vitamin D. So it's necessary for the absorption of all the minerals, calcium and phosphorus, and regulation of the permeability of the cell membranes. Now, compromised liver undermines the gut and vice versa. So the storage capacity for vitamins and minerals decreases as the stores of toxins that it takes on to save you increases. So your vitamin deficiencies begin right there. So, and if you're interested in what vitamins you may be low in, you can ask me that during a session if you're interested. And then there's locating and disarming harmful substances. So if you eat anything wrapped in plastic, like say in a microwave or who knows, you know, what form, you know, fast foods, joints, GMOs, heavy metals, farm raised or certain shellfish, or you get x-rays or radiation, or you eat meat, and especially from hormone and antibiotic ridden livestock, chicken and pork, and who even thinks about, you know, that their liver is saving them from nearly certain death, right? Plastics, toxic heavy metals, molds, pathogens, pesticides, and other stuff has an ionic charge that is destructive to our cells and makes them sticky. And when they're in our bloodstream, then that's, you know, wreaking havoc by damaging nutrients, blood cells, sucking out oxygen, and running out the immune system. So when these toxins get near the liver, it can discharge that charge and neutralizes them in their path and ends that destruction. So a compound in the liver is released into the bloodstream to disarm that charge. So our own body's own electricity won't ignite them. You know, so of course this is only in a healthy liver, so otherwise only small amounts ever get released out into the bloodstream to zap those horrible destroyers. So our liver will then take these toxins on, store them away far deep inside itself into the liver, and here you can find petroleum, pesticides, aspartame, DDT, which they don't even spray anymore, but it's in there, right? It can even be mercury. That's passed down from generation to generation. Viruses, household cleaners, pharmaceuticals, heavy metals. The liver takes on the damage. Yep, it takes everything on. So protection, the liver protects the body to remove harmful substances and anything that's not serving a useful purpose. And another protective process is the filtration of portal blood. And it removes certain toxins and microorganisms from the blood before it re-enters our circulation. Screening. Your liver must be a great at separating the good guys from the bad and all that is swimming around in your blood. And the white blood cells, the immune system of the liver, reacts at the drop of a hat and stands guard at the main entrance for bacteria and viruses. And then they sort out anything usable, you know, from the toxins that may have slipped in. And this is important because after blood leaves the liver, it goes to the heart. And the liver will try to get the toxins out of your body first before stowing them deep inside of itself if it can't. And then it will send these onto the colon, the solids, and then the kidneys for urine. And so some may be let loose in the bloodstream where there wasn't another choice, where they became free radicals, and then they start wreaking havoc. Some go to the heart and then cycle through the circulatory system and then end back in the liver. So the bile may be used on these heavy duty toxins. So when a compromised liver comes compromised, you know, with a compromised liver, it comes compromised bile. And that is an important part of the detox process. So the liver can send toxins out through the bile duct directly into the intestinal tract to through to the gallbladder to be released when needed for digestion. But when that's compromised, then that volume of bile is reduced, and it would, you know, that would have flushed out the toxins, and it has less oxygen now for the delivery process. So it holds on to them instead. So you've got you know, free radicals, toxic matter running around in the bloodstream, causing the heart to pump harder and pulls the blood up from the liver, resulting in high blood pressure, heart palpitations, and some of the symptoms of a clogged liver. Yeah, a lot of things happening here. So that's why the importance of being here on this regenerative liver and immune system program today. So processing drugs, that's the liver is able to remove drugs, hormones, other toxins from the body by either secreting them with, you know, into the bile, chemically altering them into less harmful substances, or if the liver is overwhelmed with its many tasks, which I see a lot, the majority of people. Let's check how many people that would be in this group here. About 69% have an overwhelmed liver right now. So then it's going to send the material to be stored in fat tissue. Drugs and hormones, whatever, ish. It's all, yeah. Okay, so processing hormones, the liver chemically changes or processes hormones. Also acts as your personal immune system, so that viruses that take up homes in a compromised liver, such as MS, rheumatoid arthritis, fibromyalgia, lupus, shingles, Lyme, Hashimoto's, many others. The liver actually stashes these away deep within itself again and assigns killer cells there to keep them at bay. So, but meanwhile, it's also fighting off new pathogens from coming in the first place, right? So it's got a lot of work it's doing. So the white blood cells monitor what's going on, watches the blood that enters the liver unfiltered from the digestive tract. So the next line of defense there are the white blood cells, and they look out for Epstein-Barr virus, which is the creator of Hep A, B, C, D, and E, and the autoimmune conditions of the liver, chronic illnesses that can result from chronic low-grade viral infections in the liver that go undetected. Yeah, so we can shift course. We can heal and avoid disease. We can protect the liver's precious reserves and immune system, and we can change direction from being sick to recovering, and we can make new choices that weren't available to us by way of you know, available information. So again, do some research, right? Sluggish liver, so you can think of like a stagnant lake, just reeking and just buzzing with pests. And so it's so common that 9 out of 10 of us are affected by it, and that percentage goes up to nearly everyone. So this develops before any of the other big hitters, such as cirrhosis or hepatitis, fatty liver, liver cancer, or jaundice. Eczema and psoriasis are usually from an overloaded liver. Acne is when your liver's under distress. High blood pressure or heart palpitations, type 2 diabetes, that seasonal affective disorder, dark under eye circles, dehydration, varicose veins, weight gain, chemical sensitivities, there's bloating. They all originate in the liver. So, yeah, midlife symptoms for women can be misunderstood as menopause. And a lot of times doctors will prescribe hormone replacement and just say, you're in menopause, it's your hormones that, blame it on the lady, right? When it may or may not be, okay? And they, these hormones can cause hot flashes, brain fog, poor sleep, weight gain. Many messages are sent to you requesting help from the liver, right? So when these have taken their toll in midlife symptoms such as hot flashes, weight gain, that's when they start to occur. So the medical industry then, that's when they kind of saw this opportunity for hormone replacement. So congratulations to you for paying attention and being here right now, because it could just be your liver. So what are the early symptoms of liver problems? Well, the fatigue, energy loss, spider-like blood vessels on the skin, belly pain, nausea, poor appetite, weight loss, health complaints, general disease, digestive issues, emotional struggles, weight gain, high blood pressure, heart problems, brain fog, skin conditions, autoimmune, and other chronic illnesses. And elevated liver enzymes, so it balances the enzymes for you. And then there's dirty blood syndrome, which is chronic dehydration, and it can be life-threatening. And energy issues, when your energy starts puttering, the dirty blood is pumping through the body. It's harder for the heart to send blood, through the body, and that can leave you feeling drained. And then the dark under eye circles or sunken eyes, that is, creating toxic, dehydrated liver is creating that toxic dirty blood. Then we talked about varicose veins, inflammation, insomnia, gout, Raynaud's syndrome, and thyroid problems. Really, the virus that causes thyroid lives in the liver on its way to the thyroid. Adrenals, so the level of excess adrenaline that fires off sets off a reaction that can lead to weight gain, and the liver sponges it up. And when the liver has too much to store, though, then the result there is usually weight gain. So if you're struggling with weight, not, diet and exercise are not helping it, this has been coming on then for a long time. It's usually not metabolism, it's excess fat cells, pathogen waste, excess adrenaline, and all this stuff that the liver can't process. Fat as well, and fat accumulates more rapidly, and if it's in the intestinal tract, and eventually the heart and the arteries get saturated. So when struggling with weight, prediabetes can be discovered, and weight around the waist begins to cling. There's also fluid retention. About a third of the excess weight can be fluids. And lipedema occurs usually around the ankles and legs, when the lymph system has to do the macro job of the liver versus the micro job. And brain fog or aging. Let's look at aging. It's the liver is the fountain of youth. It's the preserver of health and the origin of longevity and age reversal. Brain fog, a viral load carried in the liver, and adrenaline can feed it. That's what's causing it usually. So they waste matter, neurotoxin, when reaches its capacity in the liver, it can escape into the bloodstream, and because they can cross that blood-brain barrier, they can short circuit neurotransmitters in the brain. But remember, oils do also pass the blood-brain barrier, and we can use these effectively with the neurons too. So neurotoxins in the blood and the cerebrospinal fluid are big in brain fog. So what are the worst liver symptoms? Well, fluid buildup in the legs. We talked about edema, and in the abdomen, confusion or problems thinking properly, easily bruising, and unusual bleeding, redness or on the palms of your hands, yellow color in the skin or the eyes. Men, it could be impotence or breast swelling or shrinking of the testicles, or pale or clay colored stools. Hepatitis, that's an Epstein-Barr, is usually behind hep, the same one that causes mono. And autoimmune, a viral liver is behind that. Cirrhosis, long-term medications, alcohol abuse, overload of toxins, low-grade viral infections can all be triggers here, and mutated virus strain in the liver continues to mutate if it has the right toxins to feed on, and there's an even more toxic byproduct that they excrete. And heavy drinking, we've heard of that in the liver. So the liver disease affects the lives of many who drink heavily over the years, and scarring and cirrhosis can start to develop. The chances of getting liver disease skyrocket the longer one drinks alcohol, and the scary thing is you don't have to binge drink for this type of disease to occur. And eating liver, just say no, it's not good for you, and it's really rare nowadays to find a clean piece. And liver flushes, well, it's not your liver's idea, and you are not smarter than your liver. Gallstones, we can dissolve them. Yeah, let's start doing a gallstone. Dissolve some gallstones right now. Let's see where we can get with this. All right, I'm going to put that on my clearing list here. And instead of taking all the time right now to work on this, it's very important because I am getting that there are issues here. So yeah. All right. And yeah, the vinegar, apple cider vinegar, the liver really doesn't want any. It comes in acidic, and the liver has to work to try and alkalize it or neutralize it. Coffee enemas are really harsh, strong, acidic, dehydrating, astringent, and they're really a drug. They trigger the adrenals to release adrenaline as a defense mechanism to warn the heart of trouble. Alkaline and high pH water, the liver has to immediately scramble to bring that water down to the right pH before it can use it. So you're paying a lot for maybe not so much benefit. Now, here are some simple things that you can actually do to boost your liver. These are a little bit different from what we had before to what we could use to boost your immune system. So again, I'm going to run through these pretty quick because they should be in a guidebook for you. So here are some foods that cleanse the liver. You can come back to this on replay too and get a list of these foods, really helpful healing foods. Apples provide water, they starve out virus, bacteria, for example. And, you know, modern society produces many over-processed livers. So anything that we're going to be eating over-processed or fried foods can stress and overwork the liver, absolutely. Garlic, yep, again, enzymes help flush the body of toxins. Citrus fruits, high in C, antioxidants, and so forth. So absolutely cleanses the liver. Beets and carrots for their plant flavonoids, beta carotene, supports liver function. Green tea is great. It's you can drink this all day if you'd like. It's full of plant-based antioxidants and assists the liver in and it's very good, you know, for other things too besides the liver. So you can use that instead of coffee. Yeah, offers you many more benefits. And leafy green vegetables cleans the liver, absolutely. Raw juiced, extremely high in chlorophyll, soaks up the environmental toxins from the bloodstream. They can neutralize heavy metals, chemicals, pesticides, and protects the liver. Avocados, yeah, absolutely wonderful. They produce glutathione, what we just got to full, right? And it's a compound that's necessary for the liver to cleanse harmful toxins. Apples, that pectin chemical, it's for the body to cleanse and release toxins from the digestive tract and helps the liver to handle that toxic load during cleansing. Olive, hemp, and flaxseed oil, they are great for the liver in moderation, you know, of course, because they are still fats, but they do help the body by providing that lipid base that absorbs harmful toxins in the body. It takes some of the burden off the liver. Alternative grains, you can switch from a diet of wheat flour and into alternative grains. Your body's filter the liver, you know, for toxins. And if you have certain sensitivities, grains can contain gluten, you know, as well. So people sensitive to that can have abnormal liver enzymes. So you might want to look into quinoa, millet, buckwheat can help there. Cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, cauliflower, they are good sources of protective enzymes for the liver and significantly lowers risk associated with cancer. Lemons and limes, high in vitamin C. They also synthesize toxic materials into substances that can be absorbed by water. And drinking freshly squeezed lemon or lime juice in the morning can stimulate the liver. Do this every morning. This is wonderful. Walnuts, high in amino acid arginine. They support the liver in detoxing ammonia. And they're also high in glutathione, which we actually just bumped up to full, and the omega-3 fatty acids, which support normal liver cleansing. So just make sure you chew the nuts all the way first before swallowing. Cabbage, much like the broccoli and cauliflower, if you're eating cabbage, it stimulates liver detoxifying enzymes that help flush out toxins. And turmeric, we mentioned that already in the curcumin. Turmeric is the liver's favorite spice. Add it to almost everything you possibly can. It helps to boost the liver's detoxification by assisting enzymes to flush out toxins. Absolutely great stuff. And here are some herbs and supplements. You can make a list of these for everyday liver and health maintenance. So this is good for you. So flushing out the bloodstream, you want that lemon or lime first thing in the morning. Don't consume much in the way of fats before lunch because that, you know, detoxing can stop them, right? So you want that detoxing process to occur all morning long would be great. And drinking water throughout the day. Let's take a drink now. But protein can actually, like from meat, can actually stop the liver's detoxing process. So snacking every couple of hours so that your blood sugar doesn't crash, avoiding caffeine, processed foods. And, you know, if you have a digestive problem, you could try bananas or just eating one food at a time, you know, for like a whole day, or celery juice. You've heard of that too. So that could be great for digestive. And then you can skip the supplements while doing a cleanse if you want to do a repeated day cleanse. Eat that, you know, cleanse every few months too. And then let's check. Okay, I think we are ready. I'm going to check my chart here where we are at with the main clearing. Okay, wonderful. We are at 100%. Nice. Okay, let's check life force. All right, 99% here. So I'm going to check to see where we need to get that cleared. Okay, wonderful. Aura, chakras. Let's get those boosted to 100 as well. We're close. Let me just get it the rest of the way here. Okay, so the one thing that we're going to want to do is we want to get grounded. So let's see your feet firmly planted on the ground, and we are sending a line cord down to the center of the earth, that crystalline grid in the center of the earth. So we're grounded. We're bringing up all that beautiful earth energy up through the soles of our feet, coming all the way up our legs, hips, chest, up into the shoulders, now into the head, and all the way up past the crown, and now coming all the way down through all of our aura layers. Beautiful. We're also sending a cord up to our central sun here, and source, bringing all this beautiful energy through the crown, down through the head, the shoulders, the neck, the chest, the torso, the hips, the legs, the knees, the ankles, and into the feet, boom, down through the soles of the feet into the earth. So we're totally connected both through the center, of the earth and through source. Wonderful. Okay, let's do a little exercise right now where you see a little mini me, and you're going to be sitting on this little magic carpet on top of your head. So a little mini me on top of this carpet, and now we are lowering the carpet. So this is your spirit, your mini me spirit coming into your head. Now it's coming into the crown of your head. It's coming in through behind your eyes. It's coming into the nasal cavity, into the jaws, into the neck, into the shoulders, and now it's filling out your arms. Into every little last bit into the fingertips, filling out every area, every space there in the arms and fingers, and now it's lowering still into the chest. Coming through the torso, the solar plexus, the belly, the hips, the sacral area, into the thighs, down now into the knees. This little magic carpet with your little mini me. It's filling out everywhere from past your knees, down your shins. Now it's in your ankles. Now you're filling in your feet and every little toe. Every toe now is filling up with your spirit. So your spirit now is completely 100% in. You can feel it from the inside of your body. From the inside of your skin, you can feel now you are 100% spirit inside of your body. Okay, so now our life force is up to 100%. Very good. You can do this daily if you'd like, every morning, just to get down into your body. You can do this if you, at work, if you're on a job and you're using your head and mental energy a lot. So your spirit may all be up here. So you can use that to get yourself down all the way into your body. Wonderful. Okay, so that's much better. All right. So we're clear and ready to move into the next step, which is stem cell upgrade and regeneration of the liver. And we're going to start here first in the master cell. Actually, now we're going to take the master cell of your liver and we are going to connect it. We're going to ground it, and we're also going to connect it to source. So we've got this beautiful healing energy now coming into the master cell of your liver, this beautiful gold God healing energy coming in now to the master cell of your liver. And it is in the membrane now that is surrounding this cell. It is clearing, cleaning, brightening, and bringing that membrane back to life in this master cell of your liver. So wonderful, beautiful healing energy now going into the membrane. It's also now going into the nucleus. Nucleus there is that center, that brain of the cell. Send that beautiful healing energy through. Very nice. It's lightening up the dark areas here, areas of compromise. Very nice. All right, now we are sending this beautiful healing energy now into all the organelles, all the areas of the cell. You have a absorption organelle, you have an elimination organelle, you have a DNA organelle. You have a lot of different areas here, organelles in the master cell of your liver. So we're sending this beautiful healing energy in there now. So lightening and brightening and healing and cleaning and cleansing, bringing the wholeness and the light back into all the organelles. We're sending this beautiful gold God healing energy now into the mitochondria. These are the little energy centers, the little powerhouses that are fueling all the power and energy in the cell, providing it to our body. This beautiful healing energy now going into all the mitochondria in the master cell of your liver. Beautiful. Yeah. Yep, replacing all the dark spots, all the areas that have been compromised in the mitochondria. Whew. Yeah. Let's send some more beautiful healing energy through the mitochondria, as well as to all parts of the master cell of the liver. Let's send this beautiful healing energy now into all areas of the master cell of your liver. Every last little space in that master cell now is getting this beautiful healing energy from source, matching the beauty, love, and perfection of the divine blueprint. Very nice. And set from the highest in your highest and best from source, whatever that is for you. Maybe you just need a little bit of help, a little bit of energy here. Maybe you need a lot. Whatever that happens to be for you, that's what source is sending to you right now. Very nice. Okay, very good. Checking here. All right, getting that all the way up. Now let's go into the DNA. We want to check the strand of DNA here for any compromising programs that's telling your liver not to improve or not to work at 100% or to become compromised at a certain age or stage or to be inflamed or susceptible to infections. We want to go ahead now and see how many programs there are for that. All right, this may take a couple minutes. We're in there, in the DNA strand. Yeah, sending beautiful gold God healing energy now through this DNA strand of the master cell of the liver. Beautiful healing energy. Clearing up all those faulty programs. Looking at family DNA. Nice, very nice. Okay. Very good. All right. So let's send some healing light through that DNA strand. And light up the cell. We want to see that master cell of your liver all nice and bright, beautiful healing energy just lit up from the inside now. All the darkness has been let go. Anything that does not belong, all the toxins, all infections, all inflammation, anything that is not pure from source, that is being let go right now. Very nice. Okay. So now let's take that beautifully perfected whole master cell of your liver and let's match that now to all cells of your liver. So the master cell is sending this information to all cells of your liver so that they take the upgrade. Very nice. Sending this beautiful gold God healing energy now into all parts of your liver, all cells now, and they're taking the upgrade also from this beautifully perfected master cell. Very nice. Sending beautiful healing energy. Very good. Yes, letting go of anything dark, anything unhealthy, doesn't belong. Okay, very good. We're going to continue to send that light through. Oh, very good. And as we're doing that, let's check now for the number of the days that the cells will be in regrowth. Let's see here for everybody as a group. And I'm going to mark this down. Everybody. On average, we have 48 days. Now that may be less for you, maybe more for you, but on average for the whole group here, we have 48 days that the cells of the liver will be in regrowth. So that's pretty good, actually. And I'm checking chemistry here, getting things integrated here with the liver. Okay, I'm going to continue on with that. Improvements that you may notice from an optimally functioning liver can be more energy, healthy hair and skin, better digestion, reduced bloating and weight, clear-headed, adaptable, peaceful, happier, balanced blood sugar, better sleep and less stress, lower blood pressure, looking and feeling younger, and anti-aging. So yeah, we'll take all of that. Yes, okay, wonderful. We're going to continue to send some beautiful healing energy now through all the cells of the liver as we move on to the thymus. This is the, this is the gland here in the heart center, in the heart chakra, that is responsible for immune response. Okay, so lymphocytes, they're a type of white blood cell. The organs where the lymphocytes originate, mature, and proliferate are known as the lymphoid organs. And so the most important lymphoid organ is the thymus. Well, actually it's the bone marrow. It is the bone marrow, but both the bone marrow and the thymus are critical sites for the T cells. And these are the places where the development and where the T cells mature. That's where it occurs. So, but the bone marrow is where the production of all types of blood cells, including the lymphocytes, occur. So let's go into now the master cell of the thymus. Let's go ahead and we're going to connect that master cell. I'm going to ground it and connect it to source as well. And we are sending beautiful gold God healing energy now coming through into the membrane, that cell covering of the master cell of the thymus, sending the healing energy now into that membrane. Beautiful. Oh, very nice. Yeah, you can see that if you want to see that going into the thymus right now. Beautiful healing energy going into the master cell. And we're sending it now into the nucleus, the center of this cell. Healing energy now going in and lightening and brightening that nucleus, bringing it back to perfect health, matching the beauty, love, and perfection of the divine blueprint for us, and coming in as the highest and best from source for us right now, whatever that happens to be for you. Wonderful. Now it's sending this beautiful healing energy into all the organelles of the master cell of the thymus. Beautiful healing energy now lightening and brightening and letting go of anything that doesn't belong to all those beautiful organelles that are happy and getting happier now. Yes, they are. DNA organelle, and we are going into the mitochondria, those energy centers, sending this beautiful healing energy now into the mitochondria. Master cell of the thymus, beautiful healing energy, letting go anything that does not belong in that mitochondria, lightening and brightening and bringing all the energy, the ATP production, bringing everything back up online right now. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Now, yes. Oh, nice. So every place, every space in the master cell of your thymus, let's send this beautiful healing energy now into all spaces. Very nice. Bringing back the light, all darkness, all things that do not belong have been let go. Very nice. All right, we're ready now to activate that and update all cells now of your thymus. So we are now matching that beauty, love, and perfection of the perfected master cell of your thymus. We are matching that now to all cells of your thymus, taking this beautiful upgrade from the master divine blueprint That beautiful, perfect love and perfection of that blueprint is now coming into all cells of the thymus. And from source energy in your highest and best, letting go of anything that does not belong. All places and spaces now of the thymus is taking this upgrade. It's receiving this beautiful gold God healing energy right now into all areas of the thymus. Very nice. Lightening up. Lightening up. I already did the DNA actually for you guys. Sorry, didn't mention it, but I was already in there. And so now we are able to lighten and brighten up that master cell. Very nice. Bringing it up to wholeness, 100% perfection. Very good. Okay, very nice. Now let's count the number of days for the thymus. Getting 39. I'll jot that down now and continue to send the energy through there as we move now into bone marrow. So bone marrow. That's the primary lymphoid organ where the lymphocytes mature in there. So we are going to want to go into the master stem cell of the bone marrow. And we want to connect that to source and ground it. Get this beautiful healing energy. So the master cell of the bone marrow right now, we are sending beautiful healing energy now into the membrane of the master cell of the bone marrow. Beautiful healing energy going into the membrane. Lightening, brightening, cleaning, clearing. Very nice. Beautiful healing energy now going into the nucleus of the master cell of the bone marrow. Very good. Matching the beauty, love, and perfection of the master divine blueprint. Taking its beauty, love, and perfection straight from that blueprint and from source and the highest and best, whatever that is for you right now. Taking that in, all this beautiful healing energy now going into all the organelles, the master cell of your bone marrow, all organelles now being lightened and brightened, clearing out anything and everything that does not belong. And in its place, we've got beautiful gold healing light sent directly from source in your highest and best. Right now, going into all the organelles. And we're going into the mitochondria right now, healing all areas of the mitochondria, boosting that ATP production. So our bone marrow has all the energy it requires for all the beautiful work it does in providing these killer cells for the immune, taking on that beauty, love, and perfection of the divine blueprint and the healing in your highest and best from source coming to you right now. All areas now of the master cell of your bone marrow receiving this beautiful healing gold God energy. And we're going into the DNA, releasing any programs for malfunction. Beautiful healing energy going into the DNA strand, healing it, sending off what does not belong, fixing any breaks, anything that's going on in there that's not optimal. Very nice. All right, very, very, very good. And now we want to light up all areas of the master cell here of our bone marrow. All areas are taking on all the beautiful gold God healing energy, just pumping it up to optimal. Getting all areas light and bright, happy, new. And I see it happening now. There's some happy cells going on with the bone marrow. All right, we are ready. We're ready now to send all that healing energy to all cells in that master cell of the bone marrow. Still taking on all the beautiful energy as much as it can soak up. Now let's check, meanwhile, how many days the bone marrow will be in regrowth. 32 days. So let's continue on to the spleen. All right, so we've got the spleen. We want to, first of all, connect it. We want to ground it. We want to connect it to source. So we've got this beautiful connection here and this healing energy now coming through, sending this beautiful gold God healing energy into the master cell, the membrane of the master cell of the spleen. Sending beautiful light into the membrane. Letting go of any darkness, anything that doesn't belong. Nice, nice healing energy now going into the membrane of the spleen in this master cell and into the nucleus. Beautiful healing energy from source, highest and best for you right now, into the nucleus and into all the organelles of the master cell of the spleen, matching the beauty, love, and perfection of the divine blueprint, taking on all that perfected perfection from the human blueprint. Beautiful. All the organelles are sucking up this beautiful healing energy now, sending out anything that does not belong. Letting go of all darkness, all programs. Let's check the DNA. Okay. Meanwhile, we're sending this beautiful healing energy into the mitochondria, into the master cell of the spleen here, boosting the energy production. Everything that's required right now in the mitochondria, we are letting that in, letting go at the same time of anything that doesn't belong, darkness, programs. Beautiful healing energy going into all areas now of the spleen, into the master cell of the spleen, beautifully lighting up all areas. And checking on that DNA strand now, letting go of all programs that do not belong. All programs of compromise and malfunction. Anything telling the spleen not to perform optimally. Clearing that, cleaning the strand, fixing any breaks. Beautiful DNA strand. Letting that go back into the cell. Sending beautiful gold God healing energy now into all parts of the master cell of the spleen. Ready now, all lit up and ready now to send its beautiful perfection into all cells of the spleen. Sending that beautiful healing energy, perfection, love, and beauty of the master cell now is sending its information to all cells of the spleen so it can take that same upgrade. Very nice, lighting it up. All areas of the spleen now are lit up from the inside. All darkness being let go. Very nice, very, very, very nice. Lighting up that spleen. Very good. Okay, let's continue to send the light through. Gold healing energy. And let's check the number of days that the spleen, the cells will be in regrowth. 24. That's a little quicker. Okay, let's continue here in the spleen. And we are going to now send this beautiful healing energy into the lymph nodes. So let's connect the lymph nodes, ground it, connect to source. And let's let this beautiful gold God healing energy now come in to the master cell of the lymph nodes, lymph system. Very nice. Lymph vessels. All the places where toxins are stored. Bringing this healing energy into the master cell, into the nucleus, into the membrane, into the organelles. Beautiful Golgi healing energy now going into all parts of the master cell, into the mitochondria for energy production here. Very important. We have beautiful energy here in the lymph system. So we can pump through, doing what it needs to, cleaning up all toxins. Through this system. Very nice. All right. Okay, all darkness leaving. All areas. All areas now of the master cell, taking on this beautiful love, perfection, and beauty of the human blueprint. And coming for the highest and best from source to you right now. Wonderful. Let's look at the DNA strand. Let's let go of any programs of compromise. Very nice. Fixing anything in here. Very good. We'll put that back into the master cell. Very nice. Sending beautiful Golgi healing energy now into all parts of the master cell of the lymph system, all the nodes, all the vessels. Very good. Lighting up the master cell. Oh, the lymph nodes, lymph vessels, lymph system. Filtering system. Taking on all this beautiful healing energy now. Lit up from the inside. Okay, wonderful. All right, let's take that beauty, love, and perfection now and match it to all cells of the lymph system, all the lymph nodes, all the lymph vessels. Taking on this beautiful healing upgrade. Taking in the healing Golgi energy coming from source to all cells now in your lymph system. Matching the beauty, love, and perfection of the divine blueprint for your lymph system. All right, we're happy now. We've got some happy cells going here. All right, wonderful, nice. All right, let's continue to send the energy in through the lymph system while we check for the days of upgrade. 37, okay, 37. All right, let's continue there as we connect the tonsils and the adenoids, ground and connect to source. This master cell of the adenoids and the tonsils, two masters. So we'll get more than one here. So let's send some beautiful healing energy now into the master cell, into the membrane of the adenoids and of the tonsils. Let's also send this beautiful healing energy now into the nucleus. Lightening up letting go of anything that does not belong out of that nucleus. Yes, very good. Okay, that's better. Sending this healing energy now, matching the beauty, love, and perfection of the divine blueprint into all the organelles. All organelles of the adenoids and tonsils. Beautiful. And into the mitochondria. So we've got some energy production, boosting that right now for the adenoids and tonsils. Very nice. Very, very, very good. Okay, and all parts of the master cell, the tonsils and the adenoids, sending in this beautiful Golgi healing energy matching the beauty, love, and perfection of the divine blueprint and from source and its highest and best for you right now. Very nice. Looking at DNA programs, faulty programs for malfunction here. Let's let those go. Fixing anything in the DNA strand that does not belong. Very nice. Very good. Okay, so now sending this beautiful gold God healing energy into all parts of the master cells of the adenoids and tonsils. Lighting it up. Very nice. All darkness has been let go. Very good. And now let's match this beauty, love, and perfection to all cells in your tonsils and all cells of your adenoids, matching the beauty, love, and perfection of the master cells for the adenoids and tonsils. Letting this beautiful gold God energy now come through. Wonderful. Lighting it up. All cells now taking on the upgrade. Very nice. All lit up, all healthy. We'll continue with the energy there. Let's check for number of days. 21 on the tonsils. And adenoids, getting, boy, only 16. They must be real quick healers. Very nice. Got some great adenoids going on. We're going to continue to send the energy through there as we move into gallbladder. All right, so we're going to connect the gallbladder, the master cell of the gallbladder, to earth energy and to source right now. So we're sending this beautiful gold God healing energy now is coming into the master cell of your gallbladder, matching the beauty, love, and perfection of the divine blueprint for you, for your gallbladder, for your master cell of your gallbladder, sending this beautiful healing energy now into the membrane. Lighting up the membrane, sending it now into the nucleus, letting go of all darkness, letting in the light, letting in this beautiful gold God healing light. Bringing that back online. You got your nucleus back. Nice. Now sending this beautiful gold God healing energy into all parts of the master cell of your gallbladder. Beautiful healing energy, matching the beauty, love, and perfection of the divine blueprint for your gallbladder and from the highest and best from source to you right now. Nice. Sending this beautiful gold God healing energy now into the mitochondria, energy center of your gallbladder in this master cell. Taking on the beauty, love, and perfection of the human blueprint here for you and from source and your highest and best sent to you right now. Very nice. All parts of the master cell now are taking on this beautiful gold God healing energy. Let's look at the DNA strand. Let's look for any faulty programs here for the gallbladder. Let's let those go. Fixing any areas here that's required. Very good. Very nice. Sending this beautiful gold God healing energy through the DNA strand. Very, very beautiful. Now let's put the strand back and we are going to send beautiful healing light now to all areas of the master cell of the gallbladder. Beautiful healing. It's lit up now totally from the inside. All darkness has been let go. Very nice. And now let's send this beautiful magic and perfection and match this beautiful master cell of the gallbladder to all areas of the gallbladder, all cells now taking and matching the perfection, taking the upgrade. Nice. All cells of the gallbladder now receiving this beautiful gold God healing energy. Highest and best for you. Very nice. And while we're still sending that through, let's check the number of days the gallbladder will be in regrowth. 27 days. And we'll continue with that for a little bit while we go into mucous membranes. So the lymphoid tissue, in addition to the lymphoid, what we were just working in a little bit ago here, also occurs in the as mucus associated lymphoid tissue. Okay, so they're located within the lining of the respiratory, the digestive, and the urogenital tract. It's part of the immune system. So if you have an inflamed mucous membranes, you could be having sinusitis, sinus infection. And right now we're already starting here. We're grounding the master cell of the mucous membranes to earth energy and to source. And we're sending this beautiful healing energy now in from source into the membrane of the mucous membranes, the master cell. Yeah, inflammation there could also be bronchitis, cold sores. Yep, the nose and the mouth, hay fever kind of stuff, leaky gut syndrome, cystitis, urethritis, inflammation of the bladder and urethra. All those areas. So we are sending beautiful gold God healing energy now into the master cell of all the mucous membranes. Into the membrane, into the nucleus, bringing in the light, letting go of all darkness there, anything that does not belong. Very nice. Okay, now into all organelles. Letting in this beautiful gold God healing energy now into the master cell of the membranes, all the organelles, taking in this beauty, love, and perfection of the master divine blueprint. And from the highest and best from source to you right now. Let's go into the master cell of the mitochondria inside the master cell, and sending this beautiful gold God healing energy now into the mitochondria, beefing up the energy system and the production here for your mucous membranes so that they can be 100% whole, healthy, optimized. Beautiful. All parts now of the master cell of the mucous membranes taking on the beauty, love, and perfection of the divine blueprint into all areas now of the master cell of the mucous membranes, taking on this beautiful healing gold God energy. Very nice. And now matching this beauty, love, and perfection to all cells of your mucous membranes, taking on the upgrade, taking on the beauty, love, and perfection of the master divine blueprint and the highest and best from source to you right now. Nice, beautiful gold God healing energy now going into all cells of the mucous membranes all over your body. Taking on the upgrade. Very good. All right. Through that, and all cells are lit. Yep. All right, wonderful. Continuing to send the energy there. And we will check the number of days for the mucous membranes. 28. Very nice. All right, we do have the appendix. We were not going to forget the appendix. So let's right now connect the appendix to source and to we're grounding it. Okay, bringing this beautiful gold God healing energy into the master cell of the appendix, sending this beautiful gold healing energy now into the membrane, to the nucleus, to all parts of the master cell, all the organelles, the appendix and the master cell, into the mitochondria. Beautiful gold God healing energy now into all parts of the mitochondria in the master cell of the appendix. Beautiful healing energy now into the master cell of the appendix. Very nice. Checking on the DNA. Any faulty programs there, we're letting that go. Very nice. Sending this beautiful gold God healing energy throughout that master cell's DNA strand. Very good. Now sending this beautiful gold God healing energy now into all parts of the master cell of your appendix. Matching that beauty, love, and perfection of the divine blueprint. Sent from the highest and best from source to you right now. Very nice. Now we're matching that beauty, love, and perfection and that master cell, and to match that to all cells now of your appendix, sending that beautiful gold God healing energy into all cells of your appendix, taking on the upgrade, matching that master cell, receiving the beautiful healing light, gold energy. Very nice. Very good. All darkness, let go. Anything that does not belong. Very good. Lighting up that cell. And as we're sending the light through, let's check the number of days for the appendix. 33. All right, and we have one area left. It's called the white blood cells. All right, so let's take on the white blood cells right now. We are going to take the master cell here and connect it, ground it, connect it to source, and receive this beautiful healing energy now coming into the master cell, white blood cells, matching the beauty, love, and perfection of the divine blueprint now going into the master cell membrane. Lighting it up, letting go of all darkness, sending that beautiful gold God healing energy now into the nucleus. Very nice. Seeing that lit up, all darkness, let go. Sending that beautiful gold God healing light into all the organelles, the master cell of the white blood cells. Beautiful. And into the mitochondria, the powerhouse energy center there. That ATP production going for your appendix. An essential part of your immune system. All parts now of the master cell. Sending this beautiful gold God healing source energy now into all parts of the master cell of your appendix. And while we're sending that through there, let's look at the DNA strand. Let's see if there's any compromising programs, and we will let those go. Very nice. Sending in this beautiful gold God healing source energy now through that DNA strand. Beautiful. Healing it up. Fixing any breaks, anything going on in there. Very good. And sending the strand back into the master cell. Just allowing all this beautiful Gold God healing energy now coming in from source to all areas of the master cell of your appendix, or excuse me, of the white blood cells. Still doing appendix too. Into the white blood cells, master cells here, beautiful energy, lighting it up, lighting up that master cell, white blood cells. And now sending that beauty, love, and perfection and matching it to all cells now, the white blood cells, taking on this beauty, love, and perfection of this mastered, divine master cell. Receiving beautiful Gold God healing energy from source right now in its highest and best to you for your white blood cells. Very nice, matching beauty, love, and perfection of the master cell, that perfected master cell. Taking the upgrade now. Okay, we've got happy cells, happy white blood cell. Yes, taking a sigh of relief. Whew, feels so much better. Very nice. All right, we're going to continue to send that light through and check for the number of days of upgrade for the white blood cells. 16, boy, this is the fastest area so far. So you've got some real quickly healing white blood cells going on right now. Very nice. All right, so we are complete with the regeneration phase. Right now, we're going to look at doing, restoring and integrating the entire immune system so that all parts of the system can communicate optimally with each other. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Restore everything. So all the organs, glands, parts of the immune system are now talking effectively, communicating in the highest and best for you right now. Restoring communication, healthy pathways. Very nice. All right. I like that. That feels much better. Any chemistry. Reset that. Very nice. Okay, we're going to continue with that for a little bit here. Improvements from a healthy, optimized immune system. Well, improved overall health, obviously, getting sick less often, oxygenated blood. That's a very important part of the immune, helps to filter out the toxins and carry oxygen to the organs and the cells, which lets the organs work better, function better, immune system as well. Healthy skin, hair, and nails, improved production of lymph, and better digestion, and a lot more, obviously, too. Yeah, so those are just the highlights. So wonderful. Yes, very, very, very good. I'm going to continue sending the energy, doing energy here. And so it may even be past the time where we're going to be ending the live stream here in just a couple minutes. So if you feel some more energy running, it could possibly just be me. But what we want to know about right now is, yeah, let's all get a drink of water. Oh, very good. We want to continue to hydrate right now, especially for the next 3 days, 72 hours, while the cells are taking the biggest part of this upgrade. This is the most important time in the cell growth. So good hydration, water. Actually, you can also, the food that you eat, the nutrition that you're bringing in, just anything that you're bringing into the body, just know that you are feeding the cells, whatever it is you're eating, right? So that can go in two ways, either beneficial or not so beneficial. So if you're eating nice, healthy foods, organic, fresh, whole, foods and nutrition, great. Your cells are going to be really happy and continue, and we're going to have a much better result. Okay, so we're looking here to go up to 100% in all areas here of the immune system. Some may not get to 100%, just depends on where you start. Typically, if it's below 50% function when we start, sometimes some people do not get 100% from there. But regardless, a lot of people who are 150% or over will see 100% upgrade to all of these organs and function, the function of the organs, glands, and body parts. So that's what we're going for here. So during this time, you can see, notice that there could be some little warm parts like the thymus or over the liver or wherever. So it could be a little achy too. These things can happen while the cells are growing. Just real temporary, you know, just usually just maybe the first day, but it could be over the course of 3 days. You will be, however, in this state for, well, I guess from anywhere from 16 to 48 days. It was our highest one, which was the liver. It's more dense, that's why. But even a little bit more or even a little bit less, okay? So for you, whatever that happens to be. But you know, so this time period, you could still feel a little something here and there, but generally it just kind of tapers off after the first 3 days. You also may be a little bit tired or sleepy. So when the cells are in rejuvenation mode, usually that's at night when we're sleeping. So that's when the body thinks, hey, I gotta rest now, right? So that could happen. So just know, also things that can affect you would be like if you take alcohol, drugs, pain medications, sleeping pills, those kind of things. Some of that can actually stop cell growth. So just know that that can happen. I'm not telling you not to take your medications, not saying that at all, but just know that some like pain medications maybe or sleeping medications can't actually stop the cell growth. So, or can alter it so that you don't get the full improvement. So another thing you can do in these days is to get outside. You can take those questions that we asked earlier about problems with the immune system or the liver. We can ask our higher self and get answers. We can leave our cell phones at home while we do this. Unplug, get in touch with your biorhythms. Nature provides us with these biorhythms that our body is so yearning for. We don't usually get these, most people. So get in touch with your biorhythms and reset. It's a great time to do that. Being out in nature, away from family and issues and problems, right? And so this is a great time for yourself. So take the time and be with yourself. Maybe even if it's just for a little walk, or maybe even if you can just get outside and stand on the earth, right? Just soak up some of that great earthing energy. So, you know, perhaps you're suffering with some emotional problems, hormonal problems, issues, other health and physical issues going on. It doesn't really have to be this way anymore, okay? As we just did right now, there's totally a way to heal, to make our lives better, to live longer. Our choice of how many years we want to live is really our own decision, right? It's our own choice. And how we live it. You know, we want to be filled with happy moments. That's where love, happiness, health are all going to come, and good things come to us, that we're meant to have these experiences of happiness, of joy, of love. This is how, you know, life is supposed to be. But if you do have a chronic condition, you know, it's recommended then that we can do a session together and find those unique things that could be blocking health for you, and just to let those go. A link for that will be in the replay email that you will receive a little bit later. And upcoming live streams. Yes, we do have the Overjoyed Thyroid. That's going to be coming up on April 28th. This is, you know, if you truly cannot shake fatigue or weakness, you know, there has to be a physical cause here, then you'd be correct in questioning the health of your thyroid gland, as it functions at about 30% in most women in midlife that I've found, that I work with. And symptoms there can be thinning hair, you know, you can be tired, nails can break, weight gain, lethargic, metabolism slows down, and so forth. But improvements that you can notice from an optimally functioning thyroid would be more energy, healthy hair and skin, better digestion, reduced swelling and weight, improved memory, less anxiety and depression, normal body temperature, less muscle weakness and joint pain, or decreased risk of heart disease and type 2 diabetes. Yes, that's a very big cause of diabetes and heart problems is the thyroid. Improve communication, because this is in the throat chakra, and slower aging. This is what we're going after. So that is a separate program. And then also coming up is happy pancreas, right? Happiness is a happy healed pancreas, I guess it's called. And that's on May 5th. And yeah, so symptoms there can be constant fatigue, increased appetite, brain fog, belly fat, abdominal obesity, mood swings, cravings, high blood pressure from here to blood sugar, or sugar cravings, always feeling hungry, unable to lose weight, fatigue after meals, aches and pains all over, problems with concentration, high cholesterol, low good cholesterol, high triglycerides, and high glucose. So improvements there that you can notice from an optimally functioning pancreas would be actually the opposite of all the symptoms, right? And so what we're going for here is body and brain, they age slower. So that is absolutely a benefit there. And so that's the pancreas. And we're also going to be doing Unlocking Your Secret DNA Code on April 30th. This is going to be absolutely wonderful for people who want an upgrade in their DNA. Now, we worked in DNA through all the body parts that we did today. DNA can be for other issues too. So whatever that happens to be, or maybe it's genealogy, or it runs in your family, things are going on like that. We're going to go ahead and work in DNA plus the pineal gland. So the pineal here in the brain, it's our connection to all, right? So we are actually going to be decalcifying the pineal. The pineal gland gets all this calcium on it from fluoride, from chlorine, from aluminums, and it disconnects. We get a disconnect going on here, and our vision, inner vision, all of that connection just goes and becomes compromised, right? So we're going to activate the pineal gland and do an activation for it to open up that third eye, as well as decalcifying that pineal gland. So very, very wonderful live stream coming up on April 30th. Then we're going to be doing Infection Guard on May 7th, and that's going to be letting go of virus, bacteria, fungus, yeast, and parasites. That is going to be a live stream, and then there's going to be a couple of virtual rounds of actually clearing the infection itself after that. So 3 rounds of actually clearing the infection altogether. And we do a healing certification training. This is going to be an online retreat. I've done these, in person at beautiful, retreat mansions and so forth, all inclusive. But this is going to be an online retreat, and this is where you're going to be able to learn the actual healing protocol that I use. So you can use it on yourself, your family, friends, and also as with clients and so forth. So I'll train you to do that for all of the different situations. And you can work from home, beauty of your own home office, such as what I do with a higher frequency of vibration. We can keep it just exactly what is in the best interest for everybody to get a great healing improvement. And that's going to be at yourbodypower.com/CERT, that's CERT-online. So you can find that information there. Let me see if I can get a link in the chat box for that. I think I have this pulled up. Yeah, I do. So I can put that in the chat right now. If yeah, right here. Okay. And send that to you. So that's where you'll find that information for the healing certification training. Also for the live streams that are coming up, you won't find that on the regular website. It's an inside page. It's yourbodypower.com/live streams. And that's because they are the reduced rate programs that are good for people who've come in off from a show and so forth. So that's for you. And you can take advantage of those. Also, you also get advantage of the fact that there are some reduced session rates in there with me. So when you get any of those programs, there's that option too, and you can, for the time being, right now, get a reduced session through those links too. So I invite you to check your email for the recording. The replay is going to be sent out along with all the other links that I was telling you about. And that is my presentation for you, for the immune system, for building a rock solid immune system, and reversing the debilitating effects of midlife aging. All right, so I again thank you for being here. Appreciate your willingness to assist your own body at this time and bringing up and boosting your immune system. Wonderful, wonderful permanent actually process that we went through today. So yes, lifestyle can bring it down a little bit. It's not going to shoot it back down to where you were today. That's physical does take a long time to work like that. So, but you will see, yes, absolutely permanent effects here and improvements. So take a note, take a journal, make notes of what you see maybe today, maybe tomorrow, week from now, things you're experiencing, things that you notice, things that you aren't noticing anymore. Maybe there are things that maybe you're just not as crabby, or things that you're not doing. So make notes of those too. Drink water, eat foods with fiber so that toxins can go out through the colon that way, or water hydration through the kidneys and bladder to make its way out so that you don't experience such heavy detoxing symptoms. And eating the right foods and getting plenty of fruits and vegetables, whole, organic as possible, and rest. If your body's asking for a nap, then go ahead and take a nap. My pleasure for assisting you with this process. And I will be ending the live stream now. Namaste. Thank you much. Thank you, everybody. Absolutely, my pleasure. I'm going to be ending. This has been a long one, so we've gone, oh my gosh, almost 2.5 hours. This is crazy. So hope you didn't have anywhere else to be today, because we took quite a long time, but this was the process, and we've got a lot of parts here that are in upgrade right now. So just honor yourself, honor your body, honor if you need a nap, go off and take a nap. Some people say they don't even make it through half my sessions and they have to go to sleep. So don't be embarrassed if that's you. My pleasure. So some of you will feel nothing, absolutely nothing. Others will feel the energy moving, okay, or anywhere in between. It's all usual and common. So my pleasure. I'm going to go ahead and complete the clearings and check where everything is at. Just make sure everybody gets to 100%. So with that, I'll be ending the session now. Thank you. Bye, everyone.